Andunda Tree is a platform that's aimed to educate people about common sense. We came to understand that in our society today, common sense is not longer common. Things that we used to feel to be normal in our lives don't seem to be that way anymore. And things that we used to all shake our head for that didn't seem to be normal are things that are becoming normal. Bad agendas are in place. This is the reason why we decided to come with the idea of the School of Common Sense. You can call us a school of wisdom, or a school of life, or a school of moral. All these represent what we do here. If you look in the society that we live in today, our society is kind of broken. Why? Because those in power, those with money, have taken the decision to place their agendas based on how they feel, what they want, what they think, while the rest of us have become to be the followers. Somebody can just wake up the next day and start pushing for something because they have the power to do so. They implement that. The rest of us, we start following them. They use the power they have. They use the money they have. They use the influence that they have. And this has contributed to destroy our society. Marriages are broken. Families are broken. Education, school is broken. Parenting is broken. Religion is broken. Humanity is broken. Almost everything is not heading to the right place. And we believe that the lack of common sense has contributed to these matters. It means that those who put agendas on our society are not using their common sense to see what is beneficial, what is important for all of us. And those who are followers, ordinary citizens of countries, are not using their common sense to refuse anything that is put in place that is not good or that is wrong. We just become so easy to follow things. We have become a weak society. We have become weak people. We all intending to do the most simplest things. People are no longer wish to think as they used to think. We can still resolve the problems that we are facing in our everyday life today, whether it's climate change, whether it's poverty, whether it's economic in general, whether it's war and the conflict, whether it's migrations problem. All these problems and issues require each one of us to use common sense in decisions making. We are here to exchange thoughts that will allow us to think better and make better decisions in our lives. We are a school of life. Therefore, we discuss matters that take place in our everyday life that people tend to ignore, people don't want to talk about, but yet they are very important. At School of Common Sense, it's basic. We simplify things. We try to educate one another in a very simple ways to allow even those who did not go to university, to college, to understand what is going on, to understand not what they want, but what they need to understand. So that is what Andunda Tree is about. There are many different ways you can get involved. This is a new journey. We have started a new trip. We are at the beginning of the journey. So it will be very nice if you can join us. You know, they say it's always important to join or to support people when your support is still very relevant. So join us. You can join us on our social platforms or social network such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Just type Andunda Tree. We have a website that is andundatree.com. We are here to learn from you. While we learn, we also pass the message to other people to benefit from. That is why it is important when you listen to our podcast, you don't just keep it to yourself, just pass it to somebody else. Our encouragement to you is to make sure that you don't just take everything you hear and conclude from there. No, just think about it. Not everything you see is what it is. Not everything you hear is what was said. We are here to actually give you some form of thought for you to pause and think, whether you're reading a book, whether you are listening to music, you are listening something on the radio, you are walking on the street and you hear somebody say something. Always try to think before you jump into a conclusion on every matter.